Hello friends, my name is Mayank Jain and you are watching my YouTube channel Code AI Gyan. So in this video we will discuss about how the functions is defined in Python programming language. So in Python, for defining a particular function we generally use def keyword for the same. Then what is that def keyword? Def keyword is the representation which shows that we are defining a particular function, and it is a user defined function, and this allow you to write a block of code once, and then you can reuse it whenever you want to prevent you, which is whenever you want, and preventing you from repeating that functions or that work repeatedly. So that's why we are using a user defined function, so that you can make a repetitive task with by this function again and again. So now we are defining a certain function, like I am defining a greet function, means we give some greetings to a particular function. We write here the function name, and then what we do after a tab, it will gives us a tab with respect to four different spaces. Then we define any of the work inside that. So let's assume that we are defining here hello. We define welcome to the Python. Let's assume that we write the welcome to the Python programming. Then if we print this, oh, so that function contains that information inside this. So this is the basic simple functions we can define, and then we call that function. And what is the method through which we can call this function is we simply write that function and call that function. It shows that the print statement give us hello welcome to the Python. So in the layman term we just say that calling the function greet means this is the representation that how we call that function. So if we make hash over there, so it will not pick up that statement what we have written here. Now again print call that function, then this function give us that information. So here also we can define that it is a simple function. First one, it is a simple function, or we can write here, just a minute, I just give you few different things. Okay, not this one. Here we write here uh, uh, first one, it is a simple function. Simple function, right? Now th in this function we have not defined any variable, right, to give some operation over there. So in the second function, let's assume this we are defining a function with the certain argument, with the argument, or argument may be the variable name or the input what we are defining. So it is the representation that we are giving certain input to the function. So for this what we normally do, we just give the variable name input. So we can define here greet user. Suppose we are providing here a name of a person, right? And then we print that function directly, like hello. Here we define this, and then something like that we can define over there name of the that person, whatever input we have taken, and then hello Mayank, welcome, hello welcome, something like that we can write, right? We give some space over there as well if we concatenate that thing, right? We define that function, and then if we call that function greet user, let's assume that we are writing here giving that name of the person. Let's assume we give code AI again, right? And then so it will give us hello code AI again, welcome. So this is the second representation through which we can define a particular function with the certain input with us. So this is the second representation when we define any of the function. So one more approach we can go ahead with this to understand more how we define a particular function. Suppose now we have certain function and we need to calculate the we can say the area of a particular means a square. So what we can do here in the third representation with the return value, with return value, right? Function with return value we can define here that. So in this case, what we are doing, we are defining a function and we are making square. Let's assume that we are giving a particular number over there, and we wants to return a particular value. Now here, if you see here, we are defining a keyword return. Suppose we are giving a particular name and we want certain operation on top of it. So here, with respect to this function, we are taking a keyword named return, through which we can get some information. So suppose we want a square of that number, so we are multiplying this number, whatever we are giving the input, and then we are getting certain response. So this is the square. Suppose we are giving number 5 over there, then return will be 5 multiplied by 5 is 25 to us. So if I call this function by giving 5 over there, now you can see that uh, it is giving me us 25 values. So return keyword is generally used to return any of the values which you can operate from inside that function. In a similar way, you can do one more thing. Suppose you are getting a square value we are defining here, and then that keyword whatever we write over there, we can put that thing here, and it will make the operation over there, and we print that a square value over there, right? It's the similar operation, correct? So we run that, create that function. Now again we write that function again square 5. So this multiply value will store in this sq variable, and then we are returning the square variable output, right? Or we can define here, we can give here output, and similarly we can print the output over here, return value. Then again we got the same value, correct? So this is the third way of representing any function over there. Now suppose we have a multiple parameter with us, correct? And then we need to calculate the value. Now here what we are doing, we are taking a single values. So suppose we now this is the function with function with, we are defining a one here function with multiple argument or input ments slash input we can define here. So in this case, suppose we are calculating the uh, total price or length or breadth or anything we can make it, and then we can got that information. Suppose we define area, right? And we give length one variable and breadth second variable, and then what we are doing, we are getting output of from with this. So output is equal to output area, or we can define here output area is equal to length comma breadth, right? And similar way we can return that output area from there, right? So if we print that, uh, uh, we fix that function, and then we are calling that function. Now the area we are defining, then we can give 4 comma 3. So what will be the output? It will be 12, right? So it is a simple representation. If we are giving multiple number of argument, suppose length comma breadth comma height, we are giving height over there as well, and we are multiplying again that thing, and here we are defining the volume of any cuboid with us, right? So we can define here volume, and then we can give some additional parameter as well. Suppose we are giving 2, and then what we see. Oh, okay, so firstly we need to define that, correct, and then we need to run this. So similar way, we got the response from that function, correct. So that is true. So we can calculate any of the volume of a cuboid for a cube for any mathematical operation with respect to multiplication or addition or anything you can make with the multiple when we defining a function, and with the multiple argument you can pass, and then accordingly you can resolve that thing. So it is one of the representation of the Python programming language. So this is the basic thing through which you can learn a functions, how the function is defining in a Python programming language. So thank you all, and be consistent and achieve your dream. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Please like and share the channel and subscribe. Please like, share and subscribe the channel.